Congratulations, Mike. I'm wondering if this fight, I know you're undefeated in the UFC and feeling good, but did it feel any different the second time around?
Yeah, I had a hard time finding fights when I was starting off as a pro, and I got hurt. I was supposed to fight in December, and I got hurt, so it pushed it back a little bit. And I just I feel like every time I get in there, I'm starting anew again. I feel like every time I get in there, it's another new thing for me. I feel like I just need to get in there every 3-4 months, make it more like a regular job. Well, obviously it's not a regular job, but more consistent. Consistency is the key with me, and I train real hard. My training regimen was great. I felt like my cardio is what put me through in this fight, but things aren't popping in there the way I'd like to. I feel like if I'd get in there every 3, 4, even 5 months, I wouldn't have so much ring rust. There's no reason for a guy my age with the fights that I've had to feel like that. Just besides the fact, like I said, I'm just not getting in there as consistently as I need to.
Well, it was a super impressive performance against a guy who had some momentum behind him, a little bit of buzz because of the reality show. Did you use that as motivation? Did you want to be the guy to beat him and stop his momentum?
Absolutely not. I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about fucking Instagram or Twitter or taking selfies or whatever reality show Dana's doing that week. I don't give a shit. Really doesn't matter to me at all. I'm not worried about that. Matter of fact, just thinking about that just annoys me. Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from him. He's a good fighter. Just worried about myself. And like I said, for me, consistency is key. I need to just get in there more. And when I get in there more, I feel like things will start. I know I have the ability to be the best, but I have to get in there more. I have to make it more of a steady regimen. And when that happens, people are going to see what I'm really capable of.
It's funny to hear you say that because you are a product of a reality show. That's how you got in the UFC. Do you hate that's tied to you?
Well, I don't want to say that I hate it because that's how I got in here. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it kind of like hurts my soul to know that I was a part of a reality show. If that, I don't, and I'm not. The cast was cool. I was a hassle when I was on there. The cast treated me very well. They couldn't have been nicer to me. But just the person that I am, I'm not a reality show guy. I don't sit at home and, at least I try not to. I find myself doing it sometimes, but I try not to sit at home and watch reality shows and worry about what everyone else is saying on the internet. I kind of try to stay away from that. But like I said, it's how I got in the sport, so I can't hate it too much, and it's how a lot of great fighters have gotten in the sport. So it is what it is,
What reality show?
Flavor of Love.
That's still on?
I watch it on YouTube.
Okay. Speaking of YouTube, did you watch his reality show when they found Randy Brown?
No.
You did not. Did you even know he was a product of the show?
Yeah, people told me, and I tried to watch it for about a couple minutes. I just couldn't get through it.
Not a fan of Looking for a Fight?
No. Sorry, Dana and Timmy the Tooth or whatever, Tommy the Tooth, whatever his name is. I don't.
What was the injury you suffered in December?
It was a hammy injury, and I don't think I tore it completely, but it was, at that time I was 1-0 in the UFC, and I wasn't feeling good, and I didn't want to go in there and lose a fight. And I feel like even now, if I lose a fight, they could cut me. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to go in there anything under 100%. And a hamstring injury, if you've ever had that, it's pretty. It takes away a lot of my mobility. I wasn't able to do much, so I didn't feel comfortable stepping in there.
Now, how do you feel? I mean, do you feel like you can get? Obviously, you need some luck along the way, but do you feel like you can get back in there in a couple months?
Yeah, I feel great. I'd like to get in there, and that crazy weekend in July, I feel like that weekend's calling my name. And anything. I think it's July 7th, 8th, 9th. People are dropping out. UFC, Joe, Silva, whatever. If anyone drops out, I'm your man. I'm the type of guy you can call, and usually about 90% of the time I'll be ready to go.
Anyone come to mind as an opponent?
Nah, I'm not interested in calling anybody out right now.
Okay.
What's your mood like? Are you enjoying this process?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I really like martial arts. It's it takes me out of my comfort zone a lot just to be around all the people and to be like social and to have to give interviews and stuff. And it's it's this weird, like, I'm kind of like I don't want to end up like punch drunk when I'm older and not be able to cognitively keep myself together. So that's always lingering in the back of my mind. But at the same time, I don't really feel like there's anything that could really test me as much as getting in there and pretty much fighting for your life. You know, you want to talk about ways to live on the edge. I mean, I don't think there's much I could do besides going to war that would really push me at my limits, you know, as a human, really. I mean, it's a test when you go out there, and I like it. And the only thing I can ask for is just to get it a little more. Like I said, get that consistency in there so I can make things happen the way I know that they can happen. Because, like I said, not taking anything away from my opponents, but no one's seen really a fraction as far as I'm concerned of what I'm capable of. I'm still thinking when I'm in there. I feel like I'm second guessing myself when I'm in there. I'm hesitating, you know. Just need to get in there a little more, push myself a little more.